Hey, how's it going? All right, we're gonna get started here in just a moment. All right. Well, let's take a look at this here real quick. I'll kind of walk through real quick where I've been. I'm also gonna check the sound real quick. So I have my in-ears of what I think it sounds like, and I don't know how that comes through on the other side of the stream, so I'm gonna check that while I'm doing this here. So bear with me. But yeah, so since the last time we looked at this, have done quite a bit. Mainly, let's see, let's listen here. Yeah, so mainly what I did here was, did finish up some of the movement bugs I had. Went ahead and did those off stream. Got, I think, everything ready to start fight mechanics. I don't think I have a whole lot left here. So let's look at where we're at. I did recreate the map a little bit just to kind of give me better bug testing. Create a little bridge up top. Have some decisions to make. Right now I've kind of got a mechanic where like you could jump down at any height, and what I think that would translate to is like you would end up having damage, right? So like if you jump down here, that's higher than, you'll notice like I can cut it down here, but I can't jump back up. So I think anything where you jump down higher than height, like your jump height, you'd end up just getting hurt. Also kind of implemented a couple things here. Let's kind of go through this. So one thing I did here was, I created a mechanic that lets me run through people, but not on top of people. Last time we were having kind of an issue where couldn't really run through people, so he was running around everybody. So that's with my allies. I do have two groups now. I have enemies and allies. And so you can see here, for my enemies, I can only run around, and it maintains a good algorithm for calculating where I can run. You see that? Which means my allies here, I can surround the enemy, and he can't get out. There's no movement. So I think that's pretty good. Excited to see that. Hey Ace, how's it going? Hope things are going well with you. Just kind of recapping what we've done so far. And then we're gonna kind of get started on some fight mechanics. So it's gonna be the goal today, actually. Let's update our goal here. So I think the goal for today, I already have kind of an attack mode that says like where you can attack. I want a simple attack function. So I want to build, goal for today is to build health and attack functions. Basically, I want to be able to hit it and do that. Awesome. You got an RPG maker. I haven't done a whole lot with it. I've looked at it. So it's awesome. Well, very cool. Well, hopefully, hopefully you can do some cool development there. What does that look like? Have you gotten into it at all yet? Is it a lot different than what we're doing here on Godot? All right. And I've changed some settings. Ace, let me know. I changed some settings on my mic and stuff. I think it sounds better, but I'm not positive. If you don't mind, let me know. Oh no, that's awful. Got it. Modifying fear and hunger. Well, I hope it goes well for you. I'm sure there's a learning curve, but I'm sure after you get into it, it'll it'll start clicking. Well, cool. Yeah, let's check out that. Good. I'm glad Mike's better. I just EQ'd it quite a bit, which I think helped. It was hard from when you're listening back and you've got like your sound in your head, you know, it's hard to pinpoint it. Okay, so I think the first thing here that we got to do is modify this script. So one of the things I tried doing when I first worked on this, I always try to focus on modularity. So one of the things I had here was kind of this script, right? This is a resource. The way resources work in Godot is they are basically everything that like you call here are all like resources. They're objects being loaded in as data, essentially. So create a custom resource. The cool thing about this is when I do this, right? Like if I say export variable for health, and I make that in it, and then I'll just kind of do two at the same time, I guess. Variable for thanks, appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of bugs out of the way. I think it's coming along. Was that your game or this one? Don't want to jump the gun if you're talking about the one you're working on. And then that's all I'll say, like health here. I'll say like attack. I'll think that'll be a good thing here. Attack int. So the cool thing about this, thank you, appreciate it, is now I can create a lot of multiple classes like this, right? And you can just see them pop up. So you see how whenever I put something in here like health, it pops up with health here. Pretty cool, and it allows you to kind of have some customizable stuff. So like for the way I'm thinking of this right now is I would have basically like 2 branches. Chat needs like, yeah, I would have like 2, like 20 minutes to arrive at my end. I'm not sure I'm following, but that's all right. Yeah, so the cool thing here though is that I can just kind of modify these. Like I could have my apprentice at like 50 and my warrior at like 70 and not have a lot of changes in my script, right? I don't have to go hard code all that. And I can make that like 10 and this like 5. Oops. Are you saying there's a delay in the chat? Sorry, not sure I'm following. All right. So then what I need to do, I probably need to build a UI that lets you see the health. Yeah, it is kind of weird. It's a really weird situation when you're like streaming and talking to people who are chatting, because obviously we're both using 2 different mediums of communication. It does make it tough. So yeah, so I need some, probably in this like this menu here, I probably need to expand it. I need to create, let's see, let's be a little careful here. I gotta be careful in how I code this. I don't want to break all my previous code, though it probably will end up breaking my previous code. But what I think I want to do is essentially add some character stats here. And it might just be a new, I think it's part of this UI box, right? Because I don't want to create a new one because this is all the relevant stuff. I think I just need to go ahead and add a box underneath this. Let's see if I add another VBox, how this goes in here. Let's see. So if I drop this here, let's see what happens when I add a label in here. So you make it in Godot. Yeah, so all those like UI I had in here like this, these are all, you just create them like this. So it's not too bad. It does like generate based on your node structure. So I don't like have the freedom, for example, like to take move and like move it around, right? What you do is you say, hey, I want to create like a vertical box. That's what the VBox stands for. And everything I put under it is going to show up vertically in there. But I don't know, like over here, I did a horizontal box and then a vertical box, which let me kind of arrange stuff like this. What I don't know is if I can just drop another VBox container next to it and just add stuff. So I'm going to do that real quick. And I'm just going to add with the VBox container, I'll make a button. And let's see if I actually, I'll just make a label, just make this simple. So yeah, you do make it just within here. Yeah, so you can see it didn't really go in the right spot. Let's see, let me add some text to this label and we'll just say health. So you can see it just goes on top of there. So I will have to create a horizontal thing. Yeah, I'm sure you could make CSS and like call it via some complicated, you'd probably have to use some like C# to call the CSS or something if you wanted to do it that way. But yeah, no, I think here, this is the way to go. Is just building it in here. I will try expanding this out. It's gonna be kind of interesting because there's, I maybe I have to draw it up. For now, what I'll do, I think, is just put it over here. I'll go have to refactor some code. I'm gonna have some errors, just because of the way this works. But I'm probably gonna have to add a horizontal box here. So essentially, I'll have a horizontal box, and then I'll put this under there, and I'll put this under there. Interesting. So you see these columns are real narrow. I think that has to do with, let's see if I go here and I go to, let's see, custom minimum size. So I think if I put like 100 in there, okay, yeah. So I can put like 200 in there. 250. Pilath. Obviously I spelled that wrong. This will not be the final design. What I need to do is I need to go redesign these UIs. I probably need to like draw it out, even if I draw it out like in PowerPoint or something, just so I could see it. Thinking high level, I might even not need to do that. I do think I'm gonna end up needing an HBox. So I'm probably gonna want like a picture of the character to pop up. I gotta think about that. Short term, let me think. Just for today, let's not redo all this, because I do need to go refactor my code, and I need to go work on this a little bit. But for now, just because I'm trying to prototype some mechanics, I'm going to leave this here. And what I'm going to do is on player info, where I'm saying this, what I'm going to do instead is I will just make this the health. So right now I'm kind of showing the job name. Probably not the right place anyway for that. So instead I'll just do .health. And I probably want to say out of, right? Because I imagine like there's gonna be current health and there's gonna be max health. So I probably will need like a current health attribute. And then I'm gonna have max health. So there's my health slash comma. For now I'll just do health comma health, which won't be great, but it's better than nothing. So let's do that. I'm just gonna grab this with this because I'm gonna have to add that after. So right now it's just gonna be full out of full, and that's okay. Let's see what that looks like and see if that works here. Yeah, so with what you know from RPG Maker so far, are you still planning on using RPG Maker? Still thinking about using Godot? What's your plan there? Let's see, and what am I doing wrong here? So can I get health on character body 3D? Which is interesting. I should have, let's see, so I have my assigned class. I probably need to call that. Very good. That'll be cool. Yeah. I imagine no matter, all of them have you have a plan for it. Yeah, I imagine whatever tool you're using, they all have their ups and downs. That's cool. Well, that'll be a lot of fun, and I'm sure that'll I'm sure it'll be a challenge, but I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. All right, I think what I need to do here, so I have movement speed, jump speed, and I'm pulling this from my class. Let's see where I pulled that. So load class. I think all I need to do is say at onReady var health and at onReady var damage. Or is it attack? It's attack. I think that does it. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay, I got you. I understand now. I'm following. But yeah, that'll be cool. Well, very cool. You'll have a whole universe. So that's cool. I imagine learning in multiple engines too. You'd probably learn a lot faster, to be honest. All right, let's see what we got. Nope, still doesn't like it. So what it doesn't like is that health here. I know I can grab movement speed, and it grabs it from the class, which is great. But I'm not like setting movement speed anywhere, am I? I'm just saying, hey, on ready, I have movement speed, and it should load it from the class here. Let's see. Maybe I have some of these wrong. So I have health and attack. Oh, okay. Well, damage is. I must be slipping. I thought for sure I put health and attack. Been kind of a long weekend. We're getting some storms down here in Oklahoma, so it was very windy. I drove out to my dad's today to go help him with something, and it was very windy. I was getting blown all over the road. So let's see. So that's 0 out of 0. So health is initiating as 0, which is interesting. So ultimately, it's because I haven't set it to anything, but like movement speed and jump speed is loading in correctly. So that's interesting. I would think that I wouldn't have to set it. Okay, never mind. I just missed this, I guess, when I did it last time. Okay. Well, that explains that. So this function down here I have for load class looks like it's taking these assigned variables and pulling them into the specific character. So this is pretty easy. So let's see. Wow, that's pretty ambitious. So you've got, kind of like 5 different genres, all in kind of the same universe. Oh, cool. Oh, that makes sense. Got it. So he's kind of expanding, he's learning, and then so you're going from like a horror genre to like a, hey, I'm gonna take over and kind of beat everything up now. That makes sense. That's cool. That's a really cool concept. I think carrying that story from game to game, I'm sure will be pretty cool. Sounds like a cool concept for sure. Ambition is, yeah, it is ambitious, but you know, like I've said before, I think do what you'd like to do, and if that sounds like what's gonna help you kind of motivate you and propel you, I think it's a cool idea. And it's unique, right? You don't have a lot of people who are making kind of whole universes cross genre. You'll get a lot of experience in different genres. You'll make some really cool projects that you really like. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Well, I'm excited for you. I will definitely be trying those games out. And this looks like it worked, so I at least have health. I need a current health variable here, so I will need to do that. And so basically I'm going to say var current health, establish that. And then what I'm going to do is after I load the class, after I load the class, I'll say current health equals health. And that's going to set my health at max health. Then I go back to my user interface here. And instead of health on the first one, I'll say current health. So far, not too bad. Hey, it's all good. Yeah, no, I'm glad you got to stop in for a little bit though. It's always good to talk to you. So appreciate that. All right. So now I have current health there. So now we get to do something fun. Now I get to develop an attack function. So I can already get into attack mode. I developed this a long time ago. It's not very smart. You can see a lot of bugs. It's very simple. Yeah, good talking to you too. All it's doing right now basically is when I click on somebody, it creates in 4 directions a red thing. Not very smart. So there aren't things I need to do. The first thing I'm going to do is just say, hey, when I press attack, deal damage to that person. I'm going to keep it super simple. Not think about it too much. So I want to put it in the same place as, I probably want to create a new node for it. So this is something called composition. I try to lay out all of my functions, right, that are possible, like major functions, as nodes like this. Because what it does is it lets me copy and paste that through the people. So all of my movement, for example, all these functions here, which is like move path, all what I'm doing for the character here. It's super easy if I have something else that can move, right? Like I end up incorporating a vehicle or incorporate something else that needs movement. All I have to do is copy and paste this onto that thing. Don't have to modify code. As long as it has all these variables in the character, right, it'll be able to move. So same with attack. This one is probably more limited to players, so it might not matter as much. But I probably will also create one that's like health management. Anyway, so for now, I'll go ahead and create a new attack script. What the script's going to look like, it's going to have first I need to define the character, so I can take a lot of these variables that I define here. And I can capture that. So I probably need like attack confirm mode, because I'm going to have to confirm my attacks as well. Let's start with that. This one should be a lot more simple than the movement one. All right, and then I'll go ahead and grab my function here for character equals self.parent. This just goes and grabs the parent here. Let me grab function ready as well and function process. Basically, I just need all this. All right, so that's good. And then what I'll do is I'll have a function, and it's gonna be like, I don't know what to call it. Let me see what I called here. So move path, I'll say like attack. I guess that's fine. I'll say attack target, just so it has something else. And then what I'm gonna have to pass into here, I think, is the target. Yeah, it is a lot. So yeah, if you don't know everything, it's, you know, I think the deal is, good, I'm glad you feel smart. You should. I think it takes smart just to be ambitious and come up with the ideas you're coming up with, so you should feel smart. And so yeah, what I'm going to pass in there is the target, which is going to pass the target object. This should be pretty straightforward. And so for now, what I'll do is I'll say target dot current health equals target dot current health minus character dot tech. This is the simplest form of damage dealing that I could ever possibly do. And I did that with like all of these functions. I just started with something super simple, and then just expand it. So like right now it's just simply, hey, go do something. I think when I started this, my first move path was like teleport to each location, right? And then I expanded on that to do better things. So here, I'm just gonna attack the target, and basically I'm just gonna say, hey, subtract health. I call that from the world. The world's kind of like my hub for everything. So basically, I will create a new function. Videos or text coding. That's tough. So I learned coding I learned it formally in school, but I learned it initially. I was young. I was probably like 11, 12, working in a game called Ultima Online. And what I learned it through mainly was trial and error, I think. And that's tough, but ultimately, yeah. So videos, if you have something specific you're trying to do, I think videos are the way to go. If you're trying to get the basics, videos are probably good now too. YouTube wasn't really big back then, so I didn't have that, but I do feel like I probably could have learned faster. And everybody learns different, right? If you're the kind of person that does learn through videos well, then I think that's the way to go. Now, one thing that's really useful, and I'll show this to you real quick. No, I honestly I don't think like doing it. This is what you're seeing right here. This is what I'd recommend how you learn to code, right? Is just get in there and start coding something that you want to code. I will show you this. I don't know if you're familiar with like the one thing. So there's a lot of reasons not to be crazy about like AI, right? But the one thing I think it is really good for is this. Like you could go Google like 100 different forums and other things to try to answer your questions when you have coding questions. But ChatGPT honestly is very good at answering coding questions. So like if you said, hey, I'm working in, let's see, if you said like, I'm working in Godot in GDScript, right? You can even say Godot 4 in GDScript. I want to create a bullet or a script for my bullet that when it hits a target, it deals damage. You could even paste your function. So like I could say like right now, my function is, and this is gonna be super simple. It's gonna be like function ready, right? And then I'm gonna put pass function process pass. I agree with you. Yeah, 100%. This is something like my job, my work. We have a custom version of ChatGPT. It helps so much with coding. And so like this, right? And then I hit go. This is the kind of thing that it's really good at. So it created a very simple script, right? That uses it actually fixed some stuff in my script because it put Delta back in, right? And it explains it. It has comments. I agree with you. It is a tool. Shouldn't replace anything. Absolutely agree. It's funny because we were talking to like their software developers, and I was telling them, hey, you guys, we have a company-specific version of ChatGPT. Let's use it. And of course, the conversation is, oh, you guys are replacing us. But all of them use it. I mean, it's pretty good. Yep, absolutely agree with you. I think it is a tool, and it can be used. Obviously, people can abuse it and use it for not good things. I do. You can see from the side, right? Absolutely use it a lot for coding, and it's very good for coding. So yeah, ultimately it's very good at this, and it explains everything, right? So hey, here's what everything's doing. If you are working in coding and you are the kind of person to learn just by doing, I think this beats a like YouTube tutorial any day because it explains why. Which the YouTube tutorial, if it's good, it might also, but ChatGPT is very good at this. So never a bad option to check this out. Yeah, I think ChatGPT is a pretty good tutor, especially if you have very specific questions, right? So like YouTube tutorials are going to be really good at teaching broad concepts, going to be very good at teaching kind of top level stuff. If you have very specific questions, hey, I want to do this exact thing, this is pretty good at that. And then if, for example, if you came up and you said, oh, I have a problem where my bullet isn't disappearing when it hits the target. It's like, what could be wrong? What's wrong? And it'll tell you, right? It's likely because it's not detecting the collision. So very good here. Highly recommend you check that out. Pretty much asked it. Yeah, the stuff that contains the world building of the story. Yeah, I absolutely agree, and it's hard to talk about, right? And I'm a little cautious talking about it because I know that people have strong feelings about AI, but I think AI used in the right way can be a really good tool. I think the key is when you're talking about like AI art and stuff, if AI is being used to generate art, you need to make sure that the original creators of the art that the AI was trained on need paid. That's the big thing, is making sure that the people who originally created that work are getting compensated for it. Yeah, and absolutely agree with you. Overhated, overused. Coding, I use it all the time, and it makes things a lot easier. Honestly, it's kind of replaced Google for me. A lot of times I won't even Google stuff anymore. I'll just type it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will take over. So if it can take some of the traffic from Google, I think that's kind of a win. Not that I really don't dislike Google. I like Google, but yeah. So yeah. Ultimately, give that a shot if you're like struggling with some coding stuff. It's not a bad place to start. Yeah, I think that's an area that it's really good at, is inspiration, right? As a non-artist, I can go in there and I can explain in words what I want out of it, right? I could say, hey, I'm looking for this XYZ thing. Give me some ideas, and I can take those ideas and I could show those to an artist, and I could commission a work based on it. Yeah, so ultimately I think for my game, I would end up commissioning my art, but it could absolutely give tips. Hey Journey, how's it going? Hope things are going well and hope you're having a good weekend. All right, so right now, Journey, we're coding up some attack mechanics, which is pretty fun. I'm just kind of copying here some of these, kind of similar to my movement mechanics on my world side. I actually don't need, so one thing I probably do need it. I was gonna say I might not need to make this more global, but I probably do within this script because I'll need to call on it. And don't want to have to check if that's occurred yet. So yeah, and then essentially from here, I think it's pretty easy. What I would say here is I would, yeah, absolutely agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, or try to sell that, right? Like people are on Fiverr and they're like, hey, I'll generate you something. I'll sell you something, and they just generate it or code you something. Yeah, absolutely agree with you there. So yeah, one thing here, we're getting pretty close, I think. So we need to, I gotta think here. I don't think I'm a pass, well, I will pass it active player, but I think I'll also pass target cell. Is that my item? I think so. I think it's target cell. And then essentially what I do is, let's see, let's go up to where I'm looking at attack. So yeah, if target item. Oh, that's the grid. So let's see, is it next grid? Yes. Interesting. Okay, I see what's going on. You're open about your use of it, never call yourself professional. Yeah. And they actually have leagues now, right? For like steroid use, they have leagues, I think, that are like the Superhuman Olympics. They say, hey, you can take steroids. Just, we're very open that we're taking steroids. So, yeah, absolutely agree. I think as long as people are being upfront and not trying to pass things off as the wrong thing, generally, obviously there are health risks with steroids, but other than those health risks, as long as they're only posing to yourself, yeah, kind of very, very similar thing here. All right, so I need here, if I'm in attack state and not attacking and attack possible, and what I can do actually is make this an elif up here. All right, Ace. Hey, good talking to you though, and hopefully to catch you soon. I think I need a target player thing. I'm starting to get a lot of things. I may have to separate some of these into a more global variable. All right, let's see. So if attack state, we would have target player. We'll have to get, let's see, target player equals, I need to get the player at the location of my my area here. So I think I can do this a little bit smarter. let's see. Where am I getting active player here? How am I setting active player? That's what I want to know. Let's see. Active player. Huh, where am I setting that at? I don't think I'm setting it anywhere in here. Let's see. Interesting. I might be setting it from, I guess I'm setting it from another script. Could be from the camera where I'm setting active player, or it probably is. Active player. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Not quite. Maybe from here. I don't think I'd be setting active player from there. It'd be somewhere that I'd be clicking here. I would think it would be in here. Or maybe current. Active player equals current player. Okay. And then current player equals player node. Ah, I see. Okay, I see. So if floor current player equals player node. And then where do I set active player at? Ah, look at that. So I think I could do this. Current player. Okay. Let's see. And then what I want to do is print. I'm doing way too much code at one time. I gotta slow down on that. I just typed like 100 million lines of code. Let's see if I can fix that. Fingers crossed that this works. Not high hopes. Maybe though. I kind of just did a lot at one time. That's scary. I think that is really bad programming practices, and I think I'm going to come up with. I already see one error. Let's see where that error is coming from. Get node. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. So we'll get node. Target player, and then what I'll do is I'll say print. I guess that's fine. Let's start here. Oh, this is scary. I'm gonna have so many errors, and I'm gonna have to go debug all of them. So let's see. Okay, not bad. Okay, attack. Oh, well, okay. So let's see. Okay, well, obviously I didn't catch it because I didn't. Well, I might have actually. I'm printing this not friendly thing. Let's turn those off because it's a little distracting. It's hard to see. I think those are in my world script under get player locations, or maybe get player list. I think I can just search here, not friendly. It's here. I don't need those anymore. So essentially what I did here was I found a pretty quick way. I added these people, each of my players, to a group. So if I go like to here and I look in nodes, I can look at groups, add them to allies, and then I think this was pretty good. Essentially, I created an enemies list or an allies list based on who the active player was. And I think this is pretty good. I like that. Okay, so let's try this again. We'll see if we can see anything when I attack. Look at that. So I think that's good. That was a lot of code to work. Well, I think I got lucky there. Okay, so that's really good. So essentially what that means is, yes, I can attack. I can have a target player. And then all I really have to do here, I think I'm really close to already having this coded up, which was pretty fast. Okay, so then I would, here, what I would do is I would say get node dot this, and I would say plus slash attack. Oh, interesting. Actually, get node active player plus slash attack dot, what are my attack functions? Attack target. Dot attack target. I'm gonna pass in target player. And then what I can do is go back to my attack node. Let's see. Go back to my attack mode. I'm gonna go to movement real quick. I'm gonna grab the bottom of this. I'll probably need all of this. I'll wait on that. I'm gonna need this, but I'll just comment it out. Oops. Essentially, I'm just grabbing this so I know, because I'm gonna have to go confirm after I make an attack, but not right now. Right now, we're just doing this super simple. Oh man. The goal essentially is, that's okay. The goal is essentially figure something out. Hey Cameron, how's it going? Hope things are going all right. We're just working on coding up some attack mechanics in this game here. So working something super simple right now, essentially just trying to just grab a character, hit the attack on them, and have their life go down. That's kind of the goal for today, but we're coding this up pretty quick. I think we're making pretty good progress. And if we continue to make good progress, I may be able to expand that, and we might make a lot more progress a lot faster. You having a good weekend so far, Cameron? Let's see. So based on this, let's see how this comes out. So I should be able to attack. Okay, let's see. So at 70 out of 70 health. Interesting. I need to probably put some print screens or some prints so I can see what's going on. Essentially, when I attack, I want to know, let's see. So it's working, but let me print current damage, and then I'm just going to say character.attack print current health, and I'm going to say target.current health. So this should tell me when I'm going down. I haven't built the function, I don't think, to update the current health on the screen, so I probably need to go do that. I think it's just grabbing it when it initially initializes. So I need to look at that. Let's see what this says. Okay, it's not quite getting there, which is okay. It just means it's not running that script, this attack target script. So let's see what's happening there. Let's see. Up here, I should be doing this attack target, get node target player. Oh, awesome. Unreal Blueprints and some Python. That's good, yeah. I think Python is where I had most experience on. I started this probably 3 weeks ago now, maybe almost a month. And yeah, I had zero GD script experience, but I had experience Python, Visual Basic, C, and it translates really well. So I think you'd have no problem jumping into games. And you want to do it as a 3D animator. That's good. I have almost no art experience. I do have experience like SolidWorks, right? So I have an engineering background, have experience with SolidWorks, so I'd be able to develop brackets and screws and wings or whatever else. Have a lot harder time with organic models. But I'm working on it. I'm going to print here and say attacking, and then print here and say captured. I'm kind of thinking I'm losing my active player when I'm doing this. We'll find out though. I'll say made it. And then that should tell me I'm never going to go out of attacking, so I'll probably just stay in attacking. So I can probably only attack once. Let's see. But it's okay. So let's see. I got to move this up so I can see. Okay, I didn't make it. I'm getting the target player, but I'm getting nothing else, which is interesting. So I'm never getting to this function, this attack character function. Oops. All right. What kind of games are you wanting to work on? And I will check where I am getting that target player at. So let's see. I guess it's here. Oh, okay. Well, that absolutely explains why I'm never calling the function. Attack character. And then we're gonna say active player. Maybe I should pass current play. Okay, active player, current player. Let me see what this function is looking for. Yeah. Oh, active player target cell. Really? I don't think I want target cell. I think I want target player. And we'll see how that works. Let's see what happens. Let's see. It broke. So what did it like? Attempt to call function attack target on a null instance. Okay, so this is not real. So what I need here then is if has node target player do this, and then I'll add another print that says like hit. Horror game. That's awesome. A small group making a visual novel game. That's awesome. That's cool. I don't have anyone to work on this with, but I imagine that helps a lot. So that's super cool. Do you have a plot line or anything yet? Let's see. It didn't like. Okay, attempt to call function attack target. Oh, sweet. That's cool. Do you work in like Blender? And let's see, attempt to call the function attack target in base. Okay, so it did have that node. I guess if has node active player, did it lose it? I don't think so. So I make sure. Okay, so active player plus attack is not a thing, even though it's here. Oh, you know what? I did not put. Oh, maybe I did put it in all of them. No, I definitely did not. I put it in some of them. That would be a problem. Let's give that a shot. Oh, Blender and Unreal. Oh, okay, so I was thinking Unreal was like a game engine. I didn't realize it also had a 3D model. But I guess that makes sense. It's kind of like this. So you essentially build the 3D models in Blender and then put them in Unreal and then do all your animations in Unreal. And that seemed to work. So now if I go here, you can see he has 65 out of 70 health. So success. It doesn't reset. So we are allowed one attack a game. Obviously that does not work, but I know why. So that's really good. And then I think what I can do here, and actually I'm not familiar with Maya. I'll have to look into what that one is. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty good here, actually. We're making pretty good time. Let me see on my movement when I'm... Okay, so I'm turning movement false before, right after I finish moving, obviously. So I think I would actually just grab these. Blender for modeling, Maya for animation. Oh, nice. Okay, that makes sense. Well, very cool. I'm very rudimentary at everything art. So essentially for all my 3D stuff, I got, that's not gonna work. Well, it might, we'll see. For all my art, I got all of my assets, which you can see they're kind of rudimentary, online, and then I essentially took all of the rigging and everything from Mixamo. So I'm still a long way from actually being able to draw something. I want to try it though. Yeah, well after the was it Unity? Yeah, after the Unity situation. Yes, I think a lot of people flocked over to Godot. I'm not a I wouldn't consider myself a game developer. I'm pretty new to this, but Yeah, a lot of people have, and I think it was not a great move on their part, but Godot's been great. I think people are starting to see, this. The good thing about it's open source, right? So it's pretty permanently free, unless something changed just a lot. Even if it did change, it's open source, so they can go work on it. Yeah, it saves a lot of time, absolutely. And honestly, it's made everything so much less intimidating. So like, I can do the programming. I'm okay with programming. I can do logic. I can do the music as well, right? Art was so intimidating. It was so intimidating to say like, hey, I'm going to take a 3D model and make something. See, I'm making a tactical RPG. And so essentially what I'm doing here is building up basically all my game mechanics. I barely have movement working. So I'm still pretty early on in it, but yeah, it should be pretty fun. It's going to be pretty complicated. What I'm working on is essentially the world I'm building is, it's going to be a fairly like fantasy medieval world without magic, and then at some point, probably pretty early on in the game, like there's going to be magic that comes to the land essentially, and then from there, like your characters, the bad guys, whatever it is, everybody's going to kind of learn magic, and then the like main mechanic for like learning spells and things is, I'm hoping to have a pretty large list of spells and things, and through like trial, as you're kind of working through the tactical part of it, right? Through like trying different things. This is a concept, but I think you would like unlock nodes on like a skill tree to say, hey, something happened when I did this because magic's new to the land or whatever. Nobody knows really what's happening, but now this spell is a possibility. And then you would spend like experience points on actually learning it after you unlock the nodes. So it's still kind of fuzzy what I'm thinking there. But I think there's some potential there to make some really cool lore behind like why the big bad's not all that big and bad when you first start, right? But levels up over time. And then same with you, right? You could be a hero or whatever at the start, but you kind of still have a chance to grow because now there's this new mechanic. So yeah, kind of interesting. I have a long way to go. So for now, right now, I'm focused on just creating the engine. I do kind of have the story sort of planned out in my head and on paper, but not real far. So still a long way to go there. But I think it's pretty good. I am gonna get rid of. I am probably gonna get rid of some of this for now. I will need all this. I'm wondering if, let's see. It's gonna be very different. It's been in development about 3 weeks, so not very long. I'm still pretty, still pretty new to it here. I'm gonna go ahead and change this over. So I have a long way to go. I basically just got started. I'm brand new, as I mentioned, to game dev. I'm not a game developer. So we're just trying things. And so far it's been fun. I think we're getting there. Hey, Moby Games, how are you doing? Godot run, huh? All right, so let's see. Unexpected symbol and class body. Where are we at? I'm gonna go ahead and ultimately I think I just want this for now. No, my bachelor's is in aerospace engineering, and my master's is in systems engineering. I'm a avionics developer. So this is all pretty foreign, but I mean, a lot of the concepts are the same, right? I mean, you're developing something, you're managing a project, whatever it is, right? It's not that different than avionics development. So let's see. Parser error. I wonder why it doesn't like this percentage here. This should essentially be this. Let me make sure this is still turned on for, yeah. So that's really interesting. I wonder if that's, well, let me try running it anyway. Might not actually be a problem anymore. Sometimes those bugs just stick around for a little bit. Yeah, they just stuck around. Okay. So now we got a hit. So that's 65. Let's see if I can go again. 60. Look at that. We now have a damage mechanic. It's ultimately just breaking your problem up into small pieces. Nobody's smart enough to do it, but I think when you just break your problem up into just smaller and smaller pieces, that's what it is. And that's what this is too. I mean, I think making a game's no different. You just have to break your problem into small enough pieces, and then once it's in a small enough piece for you to solve, right, where it's within your skill set, then you solve that one problem, and then you go solve other problems. And I think this is big. I mean, we obviously can't kill each other, but we can subtract life. So I can take somebody down to 0 life now. Obviously, there's no animations or anything, but there you go. Negative 10 life. And so what I'm looking at here, just over here, I have, you can kind of see the life and stuff. That was the first big part. I obviously need to create rules for the health bar. I've done none of that. Okay, so now, just walking through what we have done, we've created a pretty good movement system. I like this movement a lot. There are teams, so this guy's a bad guy. I know you can't tell because the assets I just grabbed from Mixamo and used the same one. But so this is a bad guy. He walks around the good guys because he can't walk through them. The good guys walk around the bad guys because he can't walk through them. However, the good guys can walk through the good guys. There's obviously no turn system yet. So that's good though. And then he can jump off, which is great. I feel really good about the movement, to be honest. That looks really good. And then he can jump up, which looks okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad for a prototype. So yeah, and then ultimately, you know, I can send someone over and they can go attack. There's no confirmation yet. That'll be the next part, I think. And then it'll jump back. And yeah, a lot of aerospace and stuff. We did a lot of programming, so I won't say programming's like not part of the curriculum. It is, but ultimately, it was a pretty small part. Most of what I think most of what you learn in engineering anyway is just problem solving, and that's how you do it, right? Just break it into small pieces. So now let's go ahead and add this back. Let's see. Let's see. I think we need most of this. I think right now it'll be attack. I'll disable attack. That kind of looks to me like it's gonna work. We'll find out. So now I should be able to move a character. Should be able to take character, move him or her. Attack. Waiting. Oh, okay. No waiting on input. So what happened here is that the window to confirm didn't jump into focus, and it's because I don't have that set up in my UI. So I'll go set that up. Unreal Blueprints. Okay. I'll check it out. Yeah. Okay, great. What is Unreal Blueprints for? Essentially setting up scenes with 3D characters? Is that kind of goal, or is it like a game engine itself? All right, so essentially here on action confirm, you can see here it's only when I'm movement, right? So all I have to do, I think this is pretty easy. All I have to do is put an or in here. That is or attack confirm. This is all created to be pretty modular. I probably could make this smarter. Instead of this looking at nodes, I could probably pass something into my UI. That probably makes way more sense. I'll do that. I'll go update this. Essentially, I should pass the confirmation to my UI, and my UI should come up. Node-based programming. Okay, so yeah, just like this. Very good. Yeah, I like object-oriented coding a lot. I will check that out. Is Unreal Blueprints, is it related to Unreal Engine? Okay, so I don't have the confirmation select's not coming up, and that's because I have to go build. again, I should just pass. I should make this a lot more modular than it is. That's going to come to bite me for a little bit, but I'll refactor it later. Let me take a note here. Essentially, I'm going to call that done. I need to create a more modular confirmation system. Right now, I have to update multiple scripts in order to use the confirmation window correctly. Hey, David, how's it going? We're just kind of working on some games here. Good to see you. Right now, we're coding in some attack functions here. We've got our movement pretty good in place. It actually looks really great. We've got our attack kind of set up. We're getting close. So now I'm just kind of working on confirming that you've made an attack, which we're actually pretty close on. Not quite there, but we're not far. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. Let's see. So Unreal's visual scripting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I love object-oriented coding, and this node-based programming is fantastic. I'll definitely check it out. I've never used Unreal Engine. Again, I've never coded a game, so I'm pretty new to this. But if it's anything like this, I'm sure I would love it. I could be a lot better. My problem, I think, right now, because I'm new, right? I think my inexperience, where it's kind of coming to play the most, is that I have a lot of scripts in a lot of areas, and I'm calling on a lot of variables from those scripts. I'm trying to, as I go along, like refactor things where instead of calling variables, I'm more creating like functions or creating systems or services, really is what I should be doing. Creating services that other nodes can call on and have like a packaged script or packaged set of functionality that works by itself. That's where I want to be. I'm not there yet because I'm doing a lot of prototyping and I'm brand new to this. But that's what I'm trying to do, like with here. Like my movement, I have all in kind of one package. My attack, I want all in one package. What I would love is for this all to be completely by itself, right? I should be able to take this into another game even and use it directly. And I'm not there right now. So I have a lot of refactoring work to do. But we'll get there. We'll get there. For now, we're just kind of, we're prototyping, having fun. And it's working pretty well. All right. So one of the things, I am resetting attacking to false. Let's see here. Let's see. What I'm missing now is I can't confirm. So I do need to reshape my focus here on this, and then essentially on my camera. So the problem is my camera is what uses, or I guess I control a lot to actually move things around, and my camera needs to lock out. So right now it locks out when I am moving. It needs to lock out when I'm attacking as well. Quixel Bridge. Oh, okay. I have heard of that. I have heard that Unreal's asset store is really good. So that definitely is something to look into. I'm sure that's really helpful to have a nice asset store without having to kind of leave, right? You don't have to pull everything in. You are sounding a little bit like an advertisement. That's okay, because I think, if you're passionate about something, I appreciate it. It's not like you're trying to sell it. It's not like you make money from it. So that's honestly a good review if you're trying to, quote, sell me on it. So let's see. And what I essentially need to do, I think, is like this. I think I need to put an OR in here. And this will be attack confirm. Oh, that did not work well. Attack confirm, attack. And that should shoot me back to the window when I am done with that. This could get a little strange. I think it's right though. And then essentially here, if I'm in move confirm mode or I'm in attack confirm mode. And that should keep me from adjusting the window. right, man. Good talking to you. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. Hopefully I catch you soon. Thank you for the subscription. Hoping we continue making progress, and hopefully I can see some of your stuff too whenever you finish the visual novel or the other game you're working on. So, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. All right. Let's see here what happens. So now what happens, I should be able to go to attack, go here, and when I click, okay, I do get confirm selection, but it returns. I gotta think about that. So I don't want it to return. I mean, it worked. I dealt damage, it returned, but I think what I want it to do is it shouldn't do that. Okay, so let's see what's going on there. So it's waiting to grab focus on the confirm button until after I click a button. And that's because it's in process event. Why is it in process event? Oh, why is it? Okay, I see. So it's in process. This event should just be delta. That was a carryover from when I was doing that incorrectly. I was looking at the event. So if I have an active player, if I'm in attack mode, the UI comes out, which is good. It undisables everything, which is good. And then my attack function should focus. Let's see. So here should grab focus on the confirm button. Here. I wonder if I'm grabbing focus before it. Let's see. I'm probably grabbing focus before it does attack confirm. Did I have a problem with movement on this? Movement, I did move confirm and then immediately grabbed focus, and that was fine. So I don't think that should be a problem. I do need to turn that off, I guess. Interesting. Let's see. So I'm grabbing focus here of the confirm button, and then if confirm's pressed, attack confirm, set press to true, disable attack. All looks really good. Let's see. So let me kind of walk through this real quick. I should be grabbing focus on the confirm button right away. This is no different than movement, and movement works really well. So what am I missing here? Let's see. There's something that's different about attack, and it could just be the speed at which it's doing it, but I don't think so. I think it's line after line. It's probably the same frame. I mean, it's fast. Hey, David, glad you're still here. So what's going on, David? What have you been up to? Let's see. You having a good weekend so far? Coming to a close. I think I'm close here. Kind of baffled at why. Okay, so confirm selection doesn't start. It obviously gets to waiting on input, but then it waits. Oh, you know what? I think I got it. So it's because I no longer have an active player. Oh no! How'd you lose them? What kind of projects were you working on? See, I was so worried about that, so I went ahead and did the GitLab integration, but I haven't backed up in several days. I need to go check everything in. Now you're making me think about it. It should take no time at all. After this stream, I will absolutely go check everything into GitLab. I think it's like a button. Oh man, that's the worst. Doing any kind of work at all, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or multiple projects, for sure. Losing this is a pain. So I feel for you. That's absolutely awful. So yeah, I'm losing Oh, you know what? I know what's going on. Do I know what's going on? Maybe I don't. I wonder if I'm losing my active player, which is kind of what I think's happening. It was a simple project, 2D games and things. How'd you lose it? What ended up happening? Were you just like working on it and then ultimately didn't save, or what happened? Lose a hard drive? Those are like my biggest fears. So ultimately, I think I'm losing my active player too soon, and that might be my problem. So let's see. I think what I can do in here is print active player, which is character. Well, character is just self, I guess. Let me print world.active player. That should tell me what my current active player is, and we'll see if I lose it and then have to go back. If I do, that'll be interesting. Okay, waiting on input. Okay. So yeah, I still have the active player, but for some reason I have to go back to confirm selection. Okay. Let's go back to camera then. Let's look at the script. So if I am in attack confirm mode, it should go like this. And that should grab focus on the confirm. So I'm not getting here. If mode is not 3. Okay. Let's see. And I have an active player. I'm wondering if, let's see here. I wonder if I'm clearing my active player. I probably am. Which I know I need to do at points. Let's see, that's cancel action. That's absolutely what I need to do. Ready, okay. If not, move state. Okay, I think I probably need to say and not attack state and not attacking. Okay. Because I think I might be losing. Well, no, because I could see that my active player was. Well, let me check. Yeah, I might have switched active players. Let's check. Okay, so who are my names? So I have Alara and Garrick. So let's see. So yeah, I do have the right active player. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting here. Okay, so I do have the right active player. Ultimately, I should be going to confirm mode. I'm guessing it has something to do with my camera here grabbing focus. I'm guessing. So if I have an active player, let me print. I'm kind of thinking this might be going off. Print here. I might be grabbing focus back on the, actually I think I see it. I think it's here. So essentially if I don't have an active player or my target position is not, yep, that looks like it. So what I can do here is I can say if mode, or not mode, if I'm in attack confirm mode, I guess I could do both of these. I mean, I don't want to do it in move confirm either. So I think I can do both of these. If I'm not, I guess if I am in either of these, just pass. Now I could probably do this way more efficiently. I don't think that this is efficient at all. But what it will do is I think it'll show me that this is going to work, and then I can clean it up. Because I can probably change. Oh, you know what? I'm not checking if I have a node first, so that's going to obviously cause an error. Okay. So that's if I don't have an active player or target position. I wonder if I can just get rid of this last part. Because I think essentially what's going on is yeah, I'm probably gonna break other code by doing this. This is probably pretty risky, but I'll do some tests. I can't imagine. I don't know. I don't think this should break anything, knowing how everything works. Like that all looks good. Oh, it didn't like that. Attack confirm mode. Interesting. Did I put attack on everybody? I might not have put attack on everybody. Let's go and move these to the top so I can see them. Oops. Just gonna move these up here so I can see. So what kind of games were you making, David? Let's see. All right, everybody has an attack and a movement node. So that shouldn't be broken. Did I lose a character? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I didn't. Interesting. Oh, you know what? This is missing in a script. How did that happen? Okay. Very interesting. That was probably the problem. Okay. That bug is fixed. That was an interesting one. All right, let's see what we got here now. So I should be able to move around. Don't think too many issues. Cool. Okay, and then I should be able to attack. Okay, I don't want to return back. I mean, that worked, sort of. I guess that works. I just need to turn return off. I don't want it to return is the deal. It's triggering return. It's probably just in the attack script. Let's see. Is there I have this commented out. Where else is it returning? Not anywhere here. It's probably in my other script. Camera. All right, let's see. Let's see here. Ultimately, this should be pretty easy. So let's just find where I'm using return triggered. Let's see. If that or return triggered. And I did not hit return triggered. At least not as far as I'm aware. So it must be in my world node where I am attacking. So if I go up to my attack character here, no, because I just trigger that. You know what? I'm guessing here that I'm turning attacking to false. I'm guessing that I start going back and setting my target back to character. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so get attack cells, good. It's probably in the camera then. And essentially I need it while it's in return mode. I probably just need to stick in whatever mode here. Which is down here. Okay. I'm guessing if I turn this off, it would probably work. Okay. That's probably what's triggering me back. Which I can just set attack state back off later. All right, let's see. Yes. Oh, but now it's not. Interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, it's because... Interesting. So why does that... Okay. It is coming back to here, so it is here. Or here. If move state or attack state and not in attack confirm mode. I see. I have my logic mixed up. What I should do is have these ANDed together. Like this. Or these ANDed together. So if I'm in attack state and not attack confirm mode, grab that back. But I would be in attack confirm mode, so it should not grab focus back. But it did return. Okay, well, it returned back because I... Oh, why did it return back? Interesting. Let's try that again. Oh, I put both in this too. That's silly. Okay. Interesting. Why is it returning back? If I have an active player, if I'm in a move state, and I'm not in move confirm mode, okay, or if I'm in attack state and not attack confirm mode, I can grab focus on the actual UI control, which is good. However, I'm probably missing, so this is if target position. So why am I springing back? Because I was not earlier. Let's see. So I'm going to be in mood 3 here now. Mood 3 or mode 3, mood 3. Mode 3 should lock in current position equals current position. If I have an active, that's why. Interesting. Okay. What if I just turn this off? This might work. I'm trying to think of why I built that for movement. It probably is because I needed it to return back. Interesting. So, like if I do this, that's probably better actually. Ultimately, yeah, that's probably is better. Cause like I could go here and like I could move and there's not really a problem. Hey Akshay, how are you doing? we're just testing out some, hopefully I said that right. We're just testing out some movement, and we kind of added an attack mechanic. It's very basic right now, but that's what it looks like. And then you can see the health goes down. So we're making progress. We're not too far yet, but we're getting there. I think we're getting pretty close to being able to add some animations, add a little bit more flavor to the function. Right now it's attack minus health. But yeah, we're kind of coming along. So we go just like that, and there you go. One thing I will do, I'll go ahead and make him face him on the attack function, because that seems like a thing that we should absolutely 100% do. And that is essentially at the end of the attack. Let's see, how am I doing it for movement? I don't think I'm actually editing the direction, but this should be pretty easy. I think all I would do is, let's see, I can actually grab this function. And so I need to create a direction based on a vector. So I need to set, so let's go here. So I can create a variable that is target direction equals, and it's going to be a vector. Okay. I guess here. And then what I will do here is after I confirm, so after I click on someone, I think, before I confirm, essentially here, I guess even before that, before I clear, yeah, after I clear cells, I will say target direction equals, for now I'm just going to say target dot position minus character dot position, and that'll be a vector in the right direction. Oops. So then what I have to do is take that direction and convert it into a rotation. So I think it's as simple as, let me think here. Is it just a tangent? This is where ChatGPT comes in. Can I get a script to convert a vector in a certain direction to a rotation? And I think it's pretty, look at direction dot angle. Let's see. Dynamically update the direction, maybe. I guess that's probably right. So direction's a 2D vector. I'll be using a 3D vector. So let me say, hey, can you do this 3D? It's probably the same. Direction dot normalized. Okay, angle 2. Okay, so let's see what they got. Interesting. Okay, so they're going to normalize this vector, which will essentially still be the same. And then what they're going to do is they're going to take the angle from that direction to this direction. Okay. Dynamically update the direction. I think that's okay. I'm not thrilled with it. Let's look real quick at that function they're looking at. So vector 3, angle 2. Let's see what we got here. Returns the unsigned minimum angle to the given vector. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Let's see, we got and an axis. This is what I need. Okay, perfect. I want a signed angle 2 is positive in the counterclockwise direction and negative in the when viewed. Okay. So this is exactly what I need, signed vector 2. So you're close, ChatGPT, but not quite. Not quite there yet. So then I want target direction dot sine angle 2. Oh, my 2 vector, I guess, is my target direction, huh? This is my current direction. Which is interesting because it's a vector. Let's see. Interesting. So I need, I guess I could just do a vector in the direction I'm in, but ultimately I don't really care because I want the absolute angle, right? I don't really care about relative angle to where I'm facing because I'm going to be setting the absolute angle. So let me see if there's a better function. Maybe it doesn't matter what my, actually, yeah, it doesn't even matter. I could just use anything here. I could just say vector 3, 1 comma 0 comma 0, right? And then comma vector 3, 0 comma 1 comma 0. So basically in the y direction, I go around that axis. And then I can say character dot rotation equals that actually. Let's see. That should work, or maybe it's opposite. It's either going to work or it's going to be off by some set angle that I can then use. So if I just attack, oh, it does not like that. Rotation invalid set index. Okay, well, that absolutely makes sense. Rotation dot y. Okay, let's try this. I should probably use the set rotation function instead of what I'm doing there. That's probably a little sloppy. Yeah, so I'm off 90 degrees. I should probably just use dot set direction. Set, what is it? Set y direction. Here, you can check like this. I'll just come here, see the rotation here, open the documentation for it, set rotation value here. Let's see what it wants. The only problem is I guess you set it as a vector 3. I kind of like my function better just because I can just set the dot y. So I'm going to keep it like this. That's fine. I'm off by 90 degrees. So I should be able to do this. And I could be off one more time. I have to make that negative, but I think I'm pretty close. Let's see what we got. Ultimately, I think that's pretty good. And then so if I attack, yep, I'm off by 180 degrees now. So now I can make that a -1. All right, we're coming along. Slowly but surely. Look at that. Confirm, and look at that. We did 10 damage. Confirm. We can just hack away and keep doing 10 damage at a time. I do want I need to build a menu on the left that comes up with the target. So like right here I go attack, and when I click, the menu on the left should fade in and it should be your target, which should essentially have health and name information and ultimately a picture, but for now we'll make it super simple. So to do that, I need to essentially create another player info, except this time it will be a target info. And so I'm going to grab let's see, I'm going to grab, it's a container, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to be a margin container. Yeah. And then I'm going to create another node. That's going to be a VBox container. And then I can add a label to this. And that label is going to say, let me see how I coded this one. Let's see, yeah, I just did okay, so here I'm gonna create a script on this. So this label is gonna say player name dash health. And then let's draw it. Oops. Too far out. I can't just move it. Okay, let's see if we can. I would think I could grab that and move it, but it doesn't like it. It wanted to for a second. Interesting. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because I'm getting a little impatient there, what we're gonna do instead is I'm just gonna set the values. If I can find them. Oh, it's under margin container, that's why. Maybe it's not. Layout, transform, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna make this. That's 200, that's fine. What is this one? I'll go ahead and make this an even 200. That's good. And then we're gonna make this one. We're gonna call this one target info instead of player info. And then we're gonna have, I guess, VBox container. That's not the best thing. I mean, it's fine. And then we'll have target name. Okay. I need to, there is a step I'm gonna have to take, and that's essentially rebuilding all of this to be a little more modular and able to, able to change around with window size. I don't have that yet. So right now, that is a set window size, unfortunately. But that's okay, because we will give it a better window size. And so 0 is the right place for it, I guess. Is that how tall that one is? Yeah. Okay, we'll just have player name health for now. It's not gonna look great, but hey, it's at least a start. And then what I'm gonna do is create a script. Attach script, target info, it's fine. And then I'm gonna go grab this. And I'm gonna essentially grab this. Tab this out. VBox dot target name. We'll grab dot target player. Target player. And then we'll say if we have a target player. Okay. Coming along here, I need to grab these variables. I'll just kind of grab all of this, I think. It's gonna all be pretty much the same. Which, if it's all the same, I wonder if I could create a kind of class for this and inherit it. I guess the actions are different. I won't have actions, which is fine. If position equals negative 950, comma 0 is not equal to 950, okay? Otherwise, we'll make it like a negative 1150. Okay, and then we'll have target slide in. Target slide in. I don't care about this. And then we'll have animation player. Oh, not animation tree. We'll have an animation player. So we're coming along, and then we're gonna create a new animation, and that animation is gonna match here. It's gonna be target slide out animation, and we'll create another new one that is target slide in animation. So ultimately, then what we need to do is create on the slide in. We will add a track, and that track is going to check the property of this target info box. It's going to track the position of that box. We'll create a new target node, or target key, I guess, here, and a target key like half a second in. I kind of want it to match this one, so I can look here at 0.6. If I come back to here, 0.6, and then essentially it's pretty straightforward. To start, I'm going to start 1150, negative 1150, and then I'm going to go to negative 950. So when I play it, it'll look like that. It kind of looks a little slow. Maybe it's okay. We'll see how it looks. And then the slide out is going to be essentially the same thing. Target info, position, insert key, insert another key, and then it's going to be 0.6. And then I go from negative 1150 there and negative 950 there. So then this looks like this. Okay. And the way this works is when I have a target player, it slides in. When I don't, it slides out. That is about as simple as I can make it. Let's see if that works. I have a feeling something's going to break. I mean, I just added a lot of nodes and components without testing. Invalid function. Okay, that's because target player actually, I think, is a... Let's see. No, world grid map dot target player equals get node world. Okay. Which I don't actually even need this. So let's use shortcuts where I have it. Just to stay consistent. Let's go ahead and fix that. Ah, I see. Get node. I mean, it's probably not the only problem, but it is a problem. But we're going to essentially replace world grid map with world. And then if I move something around, it doesn't matter as much. I need to do this everywhere I call a thing. Essentially what that is, if you're not familiar with that, when you have these nodes, you can, it's this symbol here. You can create a unique name, and then you just call it out in your script. You don't have to worry about like actually calling out where it is in your tree. And so I've run into this pitfall a lot where I do call out where it is in the tree. You just saw it there. And then the problem is if I move it around, I lose that reference. At least this way, I keep that reference, which is nice. Okay, but it didn't like here. Okay, so it might not have liked that. So I have player VBox. Let's rename this to target VBox. Target VBox. And then we will change that to target VBox. That should help. That's probably the problem. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. It still doesn't like it. Okay, so essentially invalid type in function has node. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what that target player variable is. I thought it was a string. It might not. It might be target player. Let's see. It is a string. So I'm very surprised that it doesn't like that. Let's see. Invalid. Let's see. Has node. World.target player. Interesting. If has node world.target player. So invalid type in function has node. Target info. In base marking cannot convert argument 1 from nil to node path. So it's returning a nil, obviously. Which is probably okay. What I probably need to do then in my world up here, this is probably an easy fix. When I call it target player here, just that. I probably should do that for like these as well. I think that's all I'm missing. And now it'll try to do a a blank string, so yeah, so that worked here. Yes. Not gonna attack him. The interesting thing. Interesting. It's actually attacking him twice. Okay, I think I know why it's attacking him twice. I think it's essentially attacking him twice because I have it every time I hit the OK button. It attacks him. And then that didn't go away. So I need to clear the target player after I'm done attacking, essentially. Okay. Which is fine. Okay. So let's see. Essentially in my attack script, I need to clear attacking player. So after I attack him, I will say world.target player equals blank. That should clear the target player. I am really kind of running into sort of a weird, I don't know if I'll call it a glitch here. It has to do with the changes we just made. Essentially, if I'm navigating through and I click fast enough, it sets my velocity back at 0 in mode 3. And it's okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna do something here though. I am going to, before I set this, probably not the best thing I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna have this like wait like 5 seconds. This isn't pretty yet, but this should essentially let me see that the change is made, if that makes sense. Yeah, so then it's gonna disappear. Okay. Can I do other things while that's still there? Yes. And then it's gonna go away. So that's not terrible. I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible. All right. And now let's see. What do we got now? So that looks decent. I do probably want to go change this back. Okay. So essentially in mode 3, I have us just killing this velocity. Is that the right thing to do? So like this will actually take me back. And maybe what I should do is have, let's see, if has world dot active player and move confirm mode. Is that what I'm looking for? I think so. So, and this. Oops. So essentially if I'm in move confirm mode and I have an active player, then do this. Otherwise, just set velocity to 0. I think that will work. Nope. Oh, so I'm not in move confirm mode. I'm essentially in... Interesting. Okay, so it's just when I have an... So I can say and not in attack mode, though. Let's see that. Okay. Yes. That looks pretty good. Okay. Let's see. That's looking pretty good. And then what I'll do next is let's fix the glitch where it's taking out 2 of the healths. I'm not actually sure why it's doing attack target twice, I think. Yeah, see how this is done twice? So I'm doing attack target twice. I need to avoid that, which I think is probably in the world attack character. Let's see. I think here, interesting. Let's see, where am I attacking character? I do have an attack possible. Why am I setting attack possible back? So I think when I click it, I need to clear the attack cells, which means I need to turn attack state off. Is that right? Yes. So I need to turn attack state off once I go into this mode, which might break other stuff. We'll see. Essentially here though, once I go into attack confirm mode, I should turn attack state off, which is world.attack state equals false. Let's see if that breaks anything. Cool. Not bad. So we did just go into it once now, which is good. And nothing else really broke. I think here I want to grab if. Here I can say if my move button is disabled, then grab the regular UI back. If that equals true, what I'll do is I will grab UI control back to the world. Is it just, I think it's just UI control dot grab focus. Let's check that. I'm gonna check. I think it's on the camera. Focus. Yes. So that's good. Oh, it didn't like that. Okay. Is that the right thing to do? Let me see real quick when the move box comes up, or the action player info box comes up. So it's when I have an active player. So I want to get rid of my active player. I probably can just do world.activePlayer equals blank. Yes. I think I want to do that. Okay. So I'll clear the active player there. Let's see what happens. It obviously did not clear the active player. I think it made let's trigger a return first. Interesting. Okay, trigger return and then clear the active player. I think that will world.active. Okay, I'm already clearing target player. Let's see. Oh, I have a new active player. So just pass my active player on. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, I think that's because I'm selecting the active player. Let me go back to world is where I select the active player. I need to make sure I'm not selecting the active player when I hit confirm. It's probably right here. Okay, except if, let's see, active player equals current player. Okay, I also want my confirms and not move. Let's see. Confirm. Let's get rid of this so we don't cause confusion. There is absolutely confirmed. It's probably in the camera. I think I've called this out a few times. Oh, confirm. Let's see. Yes, right here. Basically, I want to say if I'm not in either of these modes either. So maybe I should have like a set mode that's not these things. That'd be way better coding. Man, I really got to think through how I'm coding some of this stuff, and I will have to clean this up. I mean, I guess this works for prototype, which is kind of my goal here, but it does make it hard to kind of expand on. So I do want to try to do a little better job here of just kind of controlling all of these functions and references. I need probably like a coding standards almost, just to get all this done well. Okay. So ultimately here, yeah, when I attack, when I confirm, I need to say and not in these targets, or not in these states as well. Let's see. So and not in move confirm state. And not in move confirm. And not in attack. Confirm. Okay. So not in move state, not in moving, not attack state, not attacking. Not in move confirm. And not in attack confirm. That should get me there. That feels pretty good. Oh, it doesn't like world grid map because I shouldn't be using world grid map. I should be using, that's another thing, those unique indicators. I've really got to get down using those unique indicators instead of calling out the path. I think this is just part of, as I'm learning this GD script, and really just node-based programming in general. There are these little quirks that could really make this a lot harder than it needs to be. That's definitely one of them. Let's see if that gets me here. Essentially, I just want to make sure I'm not changing my active player. Oh, it did not like that at all. Okay. So it didn't like my move confirm mode yet. Is it possible that I'm defining it in the function? Move confirm mode. I'm not. That's kind of interesting. So I'm setting move confirm node as false. You know, I probably need to put on ready. I don't know if that fixes it or not. Let me think. Well, no. I thought I had an epiphany for a second. Let's see. So it doesn't like on confirm mode, or it doesn't like move confirm mode. That's interesting. So it's in the movement, move confirm mode. I am setting it to false when it first loads the character is when it should be doing that. Let me make sure I understand the signal, the symbol. Mark the following property as assigned when the node is ready. Values for these properties are not assigned immediately when the node is initialized, and instead are commuted stored right before node ready. I can assign it when it's initialized. That shouldn't matter. So that I really don't need that, I don't think. Let's see. Why would... Let's see. Unless, well, you know what? I don't have an active player. Interesting, okay. And this is the only way to get an active player. You know what? I could probably simplify this a lot. And instead say, if I don't have an active player. Now, I probably will want this. Let's see, let me think. If I don't have an active player, yeah, because I don't absolutely need an active player. I mean, this will work. The only problem with this is, and maybe it's okay. I mean, if you have an active player, you might not want to go grab an active player, right? Like if I click on them, I shouldn't grab an active player. So maybe that's right. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I'm off by 90 degrees there. I didn't test the other dimensions, directions, so I just have it right in one way. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. How could I fix that? Let's see. There's something I can do there. When I rotate, maybe I need to do this dot normalized. I don't think that actually impacts it because it really probably, it already is normalized. Let me think. Okay. So I'm off. I'm guessing if I do this. So I probably have to do is I may be able to just use the same reference. Huh. Let's see. So this is gonna be off by 90 degrees or 180 degrees. And if I do this, that looks pretty good. Okay. But when I'm okay on this axis, it's off. What I probably can do is multiply by the x component sine angle 2 okay, wait. Thinking about this. Let's print target direction. I gotta get rid of all this here's. Is there a trace? No. Okay. I'll be right back. All right. So let's see. So now, let's see what the directions and returns are. I gotta get rid of that too. That's under my attack. They can get rid of that. Definitely get rid of that. All right. So target direction is -1, 0. Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, basically. Z direction. Oh, interesting. Is there somebody there? Yes. I think I deleted the skin of one of my characters. Oh, interesting. Or I just made one of my characters not visible for some reason. I'm not sure why I did that. It was obviously an accident. That's okay. All right. So interesting. So that's what this looks like. Is essentially the direction I need to face, which is good. I like that it's the direction I need to face. I would think, you know what? I'm probably way overcomplicating this. I bet I could look at the 2D direction, and I bet I can pass the vector 2 at angle 2 or something. Returns the angle to the given vector. Turns the angle between the line, connecting 2 points in the x-axis. Let's see. Is there just like an angle? Returns with respect to the positive x-axis, or 1, 0. Vector 2 right dot angle. Returns this vector's angle. Okay. So let's see. So right will return 0 because that's x-axis. Down will return pi over 2. Okay. 90 degrees. Let's see. So, thinking through this, I was on the right track. Ultimately, that's what I'm doing on this movement or on this attack. I should be looking at really 1, 0, 0, which should be directly right. And then I'm looking in the direction. So it's kind of the same thing. And so I think I'm just off by 90 degrees. I think this is the right thing. I just have to add plus, can I just add pi? Probably pi over 2. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, that looks good. And then if I were to go around, it's opposite. Interesting. And then if I were to attack from this side, that looks pretty good. And then from over here, opposite. Interesting. So let's see. That should be negative, the last one. Should be negative z. It's not like 3 pi over 2. That would be silly. Okay, so it's do I put a negative here? That's not right. So it's changing. That's right, but then as soon as I go here, this is gonna be wrong. Oh, that's right now. In my head, this worked. And apparently in reality, it worked. I would probably have to draw it up. It was just intuitive. But yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. So let me think of why. Why did that work? Okay, so basically what I had was oh, interesting. I can just pull a 3D model in here. Okay, so basically I had a circle and I had an arrow that was facing right on the circle, right? And then I had a target in some other direction. Okay, there's gonna be 4 of them, 1 in each direction. Oh, you know what? Let me close this window. Okay. Then I had 4 targets. Okay. Target 1, target 2, target 3, and target 4. Okay. And if, let's see, so I have that weighs X and rotate that. That weighs Y, or Z, I guess, technically. So that's X. And that's Z. If I'm looking in this direction, I end up with the angle between this and this, which is pi over 2. So that's facing down. And so if I go to my formula, I look at the direction. If I'm looking down, it's negative pi over 2 plus pi over 2, which is 0, which is the right direction I need to be looking. So that's correct. Okay, I think I'm getting it. Okay, and then the next one, if I'm looking straight right, that's going to be 0, obviously. Oh, you know what? So I could... Okay, I think I understand it fully. I think it's intuitive. Basically, I think I get rid of this. And then I think I get rid of constants. And then I think I'm correct. If my theory's right, this should work. Okay, that looks good. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I understand it. That looks good. Yeah, that looks great. All right, I think now I am pretty much ready to load in the attack animation. One thing I want to do actually before I do that, I want to do this, where I take the health. Obviously, it's super simple right now. We'll make a more complicated thing later. Essentially, I want to add this in here. Like this. Hey, thanks, AI engineer. Appreciate it. Glad you like it. All right. So then I want on this window, I want another label. And I want this to be target damage. Be like -10 or something for now. And I want to make it red. Let's see, how do I make this red? I've never made something red before. I think this should be pretty straightforward, I would imagine. Label settings, new label settings. Font, Yes. Font. Red. So that's easy, right? Yes. That's easy. And then all I have to do here is this instead of target. If I have a target node, I should also have an active player mode. Maybe I put if has target player and has node world.active player. And so this one's my active player. But it's a lot simpler than that. I just want active player.attack. For now. I mean, this is going to obviously be very different here. Let's see. Then I just need to close it off. This is super simplified. I should make it a little more modular even than that. So it says like, well, I guess I could set the attack. Okay. Yeah, probably so. All right. So then I attack. Interesting. I lost the... What? 5. Why is it coming up 5? Okay, let's look at what happened here. So if I get rid of this... Oh, okay. It's because it's the target name. If I want target damage... That explains it. I was just saving over it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That looks pretty good. I mean, obviously it doesn't look great, but it looks pretty good. Oh, interesting. Why did that happen? Oh, it's because I got out of the... Okay, so if I move and do it... Ah, I see. Okay. It's because I no longer have the active player. Yeah, maybe I don't need this at the moment. Maybe it's just if I have a target player. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any situations where I would have a target player, not an active player. I think target player is, or active player is a prerequisite to target player. So I should like, oh, maybe not actually. Wow. Okay. Let's keep it there. Interesting. Let's add my animation in. I think you would end up with enough time to see it. So let's start adding, I mean, the function works. I can modify their health. I can deal damage. I think the function's there. It doesn't look good yet, but it's there. So that's great. Next here, animation. All right, let's look at the animation tree. Let's see what we got. Okay, so melee attack. Do I already have a, I might already have a function in there actually. This might be super simple. Should be great. Hey, thanks a ton. Appreciate the subscription. Glad you're hanging out. Hopefully this is useful. It's useful for me just to talk through the process. So I hope this is useful in learning as well. I'm learning myself. I won't claim to be an expert, but at least you can see and learn from my mistakes. So let's see what this animation looks like. Interesting. Oh, you know what? It's probably not actually doing that. I need to play the melee attack. Okay, that looks pretty good. So then all I have to do, this is pretty simple. All I really have to do is enable these and then condition If I go back to the movement or the attack here, here when I confirm, like attack confirm, that is essentially when I should trigger it. So that's, I think, pretty easy. And then I could simply say attack confirm equals false. So ultimately, I don't think that's too bad. Well, actually, I take it back. I mean, I need that, but I take it back. It's not that simple because, and I'll show you this real quick. This animation tree for all of my expressions looks at my character. So you can kind of see this here. So it needs to be a property of the character. And so ultimately the character needs a property, like a function, that it says basically attacking. So var attacking equals false. And then it really should be as simple as I set the attacking function from this script. So let's see, am I already doing it? Attacking. No, I set it to false there, which is good actually. And so yeah, it would be this simple. Essentially, I would say not world.attacking, character.attacking equals true. And then down here I can change, I can change character.attacking to false again. And then on the animation tree, going back to that, essentially on here, I just say attacking. I think it's that simple, and then re-enable this. And this will be essentially at end. And there is no guard. So at the end of the melee animation, I should automatically go back to my kind of standard thing. Let's see how close this is. I don't think it's gonna be perfect because the first time you run code, it's almost never is, but okay, let's see. Nope, not quite. Okay. So I didn't attack for some reason. Let's see. So my script says character.attacking equals true, which is good. And so essentially, I'm going to set attacking to true. I didn't set all of my animation nodes. I'm wondering if I saved this. So animation tree. That for sure is enabled. That for sure is attacking, which should be what I need here. And then what I would do is just make sure it's set everywhere. The rest of them shouldn't matter, except for, no, even this one uses the same standing idle, so it uses the same animations. So that should work. It didn't trigger it for some reason. I wonder why that is. Oh, it's because, okay, so you see here where I have enabled. Enabled's not the correct thing. It actually needs to be, I think, auto. Yes. There you go. So enabled, I think if it was in that state at the very beginning, it would work. So now this is auto. Cool. Oh, I did it twice. Interesting. Okay, so he's just gonna keep attacking for some reason. He attacked 3 times. Okay, interesting. Oh, because I know why that is. I know what's going on. Okay, so you see this timer? Basically, I'm saying, hey, wait 5 seconds, and while during this 5 seconds, keep attacking. Just want to run it once, so I could just do that. And I think that would work pretty well. So, and I don't think I necessarily need, I guess I could. I'd probably set active player to blank after that too. Let's see. Okay. Look at that. So then he does the damage. All right. That looks pretty good. And then else I need to set that back to move. Here. Else I need to set my focus back to move. Okay. And then I do need this essentially in my movement script. Again, this isn't very modular at the moment, but it'll get there. Okay. Okay, we're essentially, if attack.disabled is true, return and clear active player. Otherwise, attack.grab focus. Let's see, which I already have here, which so I can clear this. Let's see if that works. Oh, it did not like that. Okay. So it did not like attack.disabled, which is interesting. That's because player VBox. No, that's right. Player VBox. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, there's 3 T's in attack. That is one too many T's. Okay, let's check. Okay. And then I can move. Not bad. Okay, so then if I had to move, I could go there. I could then attack. I do need that to stay for a second just while I finish the animation. So I think essentially, if I go to my attack, I think I'm just clearing that too fast. Which is essentially this, where I'm clearing the active player. I think what I can do here is say if attack confirm that, and then set attack confirm to false. Oops. And that should give me time where it goes runs through that animation first. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Hey, that's pretty good. And then after that, I would set the interesting. I guess I would leave it. I mean, this isn't bad. This is pretty good. We got the basic health and attack functions, which is pretty good. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that was interesting too. Okay, so I have some bugs to work out for sure, but we're starting to get there. Like that is an optimal turn. That looks pretty good. And then what I need to do, I think, is, okay, as the target, I say essentially, if your health goes down, I need like a hit animation. Let's find one real quick. Let's log in here. Let's see. We'll just look for hit. Let's see. Is there anything that looks pretty good here? That's not bad. That's not terrible. That's an option. I will probably make it where it's dependent on where you get hit, because that probably does matter here. Let's see, there's some good fantasy ones. Okay, like these aren't bad. Let's see, what else we got? Okay, these have nothing to do with hit anymore. So I think I'll probably just use this one for now. Download. Okay. This is pretty easy actually. So getting an animation into a project from Mixamo is actually a lot easier than I was originally thinking. So it's not too bad. Let me show you how to do that. So first we go, essentially I take it and I'm gonna put it in my folder. Let me find that real quick. So in my documents. Okay. So look, all you do is you take the file that you downloaded from Mixamo. You're going to put it in your folder in with the rest of your art in your very unorganized folder here. We're going to put it, I think this is where I have the rest of them. Yeah. So I'm put that in here, right? Getting hit. I'm going to come here. It's going to import it automatically here. So that's not too bad. And then after that, essentially I'll go to my player where I have the animations. The way I like to do this is I like to go to the getting hit animation, drag it in. Okay, and the big thing with this is that I go look inside here, open, because I'm gonna throw all that away. I'm gonna go into the animation player, and I'm gonna look at this new function here. I'm gonna go to edit, copy tracks, and select all. Then I'm gonna go back to my original animation, go to my animation player. I'm going to create a new animation, and I'm gonna call it getting hit. And all I'm gonna do is paste the tracks. So now these tracks are now in here. So then I can go back to my animation tree. I can create add an animation for getting hit, right? And you can see now it is within, it stopped here. but is within the window. So now when I go back to here and I go to getting hit and I play this, sorry, let me expand this out to the right time slot, which is like 4.4 seconds. That's another thing you can pull. Just go here. Look how long it is. It's 4.6 seconds. So then I can go back to the animation here. I can set that at 4.6 seconds. And now you have that animation. And then so now I can reference it and I can delete this. I think everything I've seen online is a lot more complicated than that, but it's really that easy. I've done all these animations in that way, able to pull them right in. It's the very simple way to do this. Okay. The next thing I need to do is add a transition here from run to getting hit. Let's see in here. Run to getting hit and back. Calm down. Okay. And then essentially the expression here is going to be, I'm going to say health check. I'll say var health check equals current health. And I'll say, I don't know if this will work, but if I say health check is less than current health, I don't know if I can do that here. Probably not. But basically that's what I want. Health check is less than current health. And then what I'll do is in the player script, in my player script, I will say health check equals current health here. I think that works. And then when it goes down, if I make it the very first thing up here, I think that works. Oh, I didn't put I need to put at end. Okay, didn't like this file. That's okay. It will stop doing that after it finishes the import. Okay, so let's see. Oops. Let's see. Okay, so then what I need to do is let's check this out. I need to go back to the animation tree. And I just need to put I can get rid of the stop now and just say auto and then at end. I think this will work. We'll find out. I don't know if, so I don't like how I'm implementing that health check, right? Because it's just gonna set it. If for some reason the exact same frame, I set the health check at the same time I was setting getting hit, I don't think I would react that way. Okay, might not even be at the same frame. Ultimately, I think here, yeah, you know, the simple way to do this is var and say like hit, right? And then say health check equals current health. And then say, actually, you know what? I can say, so I already set current health equal to health. I can say if current health is less than, okay, health check, then hit equals true, and then health check equals current health. And I could set up here health check equals current health, and then if something hits my health down, I'll reset my health check. And then on my animation tree, all I have to do is set this to hit, and then I should know when my health goes down, and then I can just time when I'm setting health down. Then all of that automatically goes in sync. I don't even have to worry about syncing it up, which is nice. I like not having to sync things up because syncing and timing is not really great. Okay. Okay. I mean, that looks silly, obviously. Not quite there yet. Oh, and he's just going to keep going because he didn't end his animation. Okay, so let's see. Oh, because I'm not setting hit back to false. Interesting. Okay. So, I do want at the end of the animation, but it doesn't even really need to be at the end of the animation. I probably could just at the end of this script set hit back to false. I'm not sure. Hit equals false. I'm not sure how fast the animation tree responds is the only thing. It should be instant. And if it is, then yeah, this will work. But it might set hit to true and false in the same frame, which I don't want them to be in a race condition. They are. So yeah, that does not work. Ultimately because it's in the same thing. I wonder why it's getting upset with me here. I'm kind of thinking it's just because I guess I can look at the debugger and see what it doesn't like here. Abort transistors by detecting one or more looped. Okay. Okay. Ultimately, I need to set, and this is probably the last thing I do before I head out. I need to set true. Okay, you know what? I can make this a little bit better. Okay, so health check equals current health. And then I can say, let's see, timer equals 1. I'll say update flag equals 1. Update flag equals 0. Update flag equals 1. This isn't all that clean either, but oops. But it's not bad. Okay. And then here I could say if update flag equals 1, hit equals false, update flag equals true. That at least gives me a cycle to do this. So I'm thinking there, if that's the case, it should hit and then pretty immediately turn that to false, but should let it go. Okay. Oh, oops. It's getting late. I'm missing some pretty usual things. And then I've got to go clear that FBX error. I got a few of those before, but they always stopped pretty much immediately. So I think it's just an import problem. If update flag is equal to 1, okay. Update flag equals 1 or equals 0. You know what? Why am I doing that? Yeah, just do a boolean. That's fine. Update flag equals false, and then update flag equals, if update flag is equal to true, update flag equals false. Interesting. Yeah, I see. What was I thinking there? Okay, update flag equals true. Okay, that should fix it. It is getting late. Just about finished up here. We'll see if this works. All right. Let's see. Okay, it did not like that. Ultimately, I am flipping too fast. It's like if I do this. Interesting. I could probably just wait and have it like a frame. Not that I like that, but in a turn-based RPG, it doesn't really matter too much. Okay. So, yes, I can do this. And I can just wait a frame. It's fine. There is no reason, I don't think, to not wait a frame. I'll wait 0.1 seconds. I think that's fine. It just needs to... Yeah, I think that's completely fine. It might break this a little bit. We'll see. I think it's okay. Let's test it out. So I probably don't even need this. I just say set to true, wait 0.1 seconds, and then set to false. I also want to blend them. Okay, let's delete that file. I think that's my problem. So this file, just delete it. It's fine. I shouldn't need it anyway. Okay. So I definitely don't need this. I can just do, oops. I can keep this simple and just do this. Let's me get rid of this. Let's me get rid of this. And then what I want to do is go back in the animation tree and I want to blend these. So probably do like a 1 second blend even. I mean, I have plenty of time. This is probably where, let's see, it's going to jump immediately, but I think something like that'll look pretty good. Okay, I mean, that looks pretty good. Okay. It's fine. The timing's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. Okay, and then what if I just attack? I should go back to move. Does it end up clearing? Okay. It goes to the target, which is interesting. That is interesting. It still is getting that unknown file format. Huh. That's really strange. Where's the... I guess because I cleared it. I'll have to check what's going on there. Okay, so it's re-importing that, which is fine. Okay, so, and then I think I got rid of the asset there anyway, so it shouldn't impact that. Maybe I just need to save. Yeah, that probably does it. Okay. Okay, ultimately, that looks pretty decent. Not fantastic, but not bad. Ultimately, though, it was weird that it's going to the new target player. Oh, you know what? That's true. Okay, I see. And this. Okay, that should fix that. Okay, so now when I attack, he gets hit. He goes back in stance. Oh, that feels pretty good. And then the last thing I need to do then is... so weird. I'll figure out what's going on there. Last thing I should do is just when I have these, instead of just clearing it, I need to give a chance to set the direction. So I'll do that after. Let's see. Okay. After finished with turn, give chance to set movement. Okay, one thing I want to do here is I might as well go pull down. Well, I'll do that later, I guess. I think ultimately I'm kind of finished for the night. Here's what we've done. To recap. Okay, I can move well. Movement, I think I have down. Took a while to get there. We got it. I can now attack and deal damage. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right. Obviously, it's not turn-based. And actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's create. I guess all my players will have health. So I'm gonna create a new function that is out of health. And for now, I'm going to say position equals vector 3 99, or we'll go so 0 99 0 or something. I mean, just throwing him in the sky, basically. And then what I can do up here, if current health is less than or equal to 0, out of health. Basically a death mechanic. I can go define what that function looks like later. Now let's go take someone out. Actually, you know what? I can do better than that. I can do better. I could say variable unconscious. Baseball unconscious. Definitely not unconscious. What was I thinking? I like unconscious. Unconscious. You got my spell check. Okay. So if unconscious, if I'm unconscious, why is that hard to say at the moment? Unconscious equals true for now. Okay, and we start with this equaling false. And then what I do here is I can now take this and in my animation tree, I can add a new animation. Oh, I gotta pull a new one first for Mixamo. Okay. I want like falling down. Like, okay. Hit to down. Oh, that's great. Do I run on that? Oh man, I don't want to run. Why is everybody running? Okay. Okay, let's find their death animations. Okay, that looks pretty good. Download that. Okay. So again, we go through this. So when I'm doing this, to pull this in, all you really have to do, I wonder if I can just take this and... Nope. Okay, so all I have to do is take this, drag it in here. It's going to load it. So from there, after I have the file in there, I'll just go to my standing animation here. That should not be in there. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Ultimately, I take my file, drop it in here. It's going to import it. Refresh. Oh, shoot. Okay, so all you have to do, this is way easier than to make it look on most tutorials. Just take it, drop it in your project. After that imports, go find it. I'm not sure why it sent it there. I'm just gonna organize it here. Okay, moving it, just drop it in your project. Once it's there, all you really have to do is go to your file, drag it onto your page on one of your characters, come in here, go to the animation player, where you have the animation here. You're gonna go to Edit, Copy Tracks, select all, copy. You're gonna note this value here, 3.63 repeated. You're gonna go back to your player here. And then what you're gonna do is you are going to go to your animation player. You're going to create a new animation that is death backwards in this case. I'm going to paste tracks and change this to 3.63 repeated. Then, now what I have, I can go to here. I can create a new path here, which is essentially add the animation for death backwards. And I will run it from here. I will go from getting hit to death backwards and back. Then what I can do is on this advanced, I can say unconscious. Make sure I'm spelling that correctly. Unconscious. I can say unconscious here. Make sure it's an auto. And then on this one, I can say not unconscious. And have that one actually, I'm gonna have this go back to running. And I can say not unconscious. So So then I should do that animation once and lay down. So let's see what that looks like. Oh shoot. I forgot to clear in here. Then just delete. Then you just have to delete this root scene. And then we can test it out. All right. So then what I can do is go here. We'll just surround them really quick. All right, so then I should be able to attack. Oh, he didn't react. It's interesting. Oh, Alara had the zero damage. That's interesting. All right. Here we go. So then, when I deal the final blow, dead. Amazing. I now have the ability to kill people in the game. All right. So I think we made really good progress today. I think I'm going to call it a day. Thanks, everybody.